15-minute cycle in the freezing cold, but the other one is I'm not allowed to have a mug with me. No food or drinks in the study pods. So, yeah, I had a rooibos tea in the library tea room, very genteel, and then pootled along here.
Just say that tea again, would you?
Rooibos, is that not right? Hello, Roche. Oh, and this is by
Roche-bosh.
Roche-boss.
Hello, you're square on today. You're not at a jaunty angle.
Oh, I have to see. Let me see if we can.
Your sound's terrible.
That's going to be a problem.
Yep.
No, you're gating.
It sounds like garbled.
It sounds like your connection's a bit rough.
Yeah, but the video's perfect, so I don't know what's...
Yeah. You look lovely, but we can't hear you.
Seen and not heard, unfortunately.
Heard that. I was going to say, if you said you're Rui boss up here, no one would know what you were talking about, Darian.
Yeah, let me check how that actually is pronounced. I've got to admit, I guess...
Round here is Rubus.
Rooibos. The tea.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
It's fine. You was growing up. Hold on.
It's rooibos in... I was trying to say it in Afrikaans, you see, but I was foolishly referring to it as a Bosch rather than a boss because, well, Afrikaans is not quite the same as German. So
It's terrible.
I'm afraid it does, yes.
Yes.
It sounds like there's a... Unfortunately, it sounds like there's a bitrate mismatch or something, which would be difficult to troubleshoot.
Can I suggest turning it off? No, I'd try turning the connection off and firing it up again.
Oh, now I can hear you guys. I don't know what I've done.
Yeah, there's
It's all wobbly.
Just try disconnecting and reconnecting, and it might magically... There we go.
Question 1, can you hear us? Right.
Question number 1 will be correct pronunciation of Roche's surname.
No, I'm not going to get those on. Yes. It's a good one, Nihuma.
Well, I asked her, when I saw her in person, I asked her if Nihuma was definitely correct, and it turns out there is like a vestigial t at the start of it. It's not quite Nihuma. It's like a sound that we English people cannot produce.
No. I must admit, with the years, well, earlier in the year when Rose joined us, and I knew this bridge was coming, and I listened to a couple of videos that she's done online and tried to grab it and...
Hello, right. There's nothing at all. It's completely silent now.
Well, there's no distortion.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, we can hear her say goodbye. That's very evocative, isn't it? We couldn't hear her say anything but goodbye.
Quite poetic.
Sounds like a lyric from a proto-goth pop song from the 80s.
Oh, you're into such things. There was a most excellent video just out, a 2-hour interview with Phil Collins. Probably the last thing he will do.
I've seen a lot of people talking about Phil
definitively his life story, and interviewed actually by his son.
Oh, okay. So
who's the drummer?
Sympathetic interviewer.
Oh no, it's very good, and the number of people who have there we go, who've come online and onto the. Is that it there? Yeah, there we go. There's that. Is there a chat thing? You would like it as well, Lee.
Yes, I like Mr. C.
Mr.
Right,
C,
here we go.
from the Shaman.
Take 4. Yeah.
Try this, Rose.
Hello, Roche.
At all.
Right, what are we going to do here then?
Needs a different microphone. Go to laptop microphone.
Hello. My microphone looks as if it's fine.
Yeah, that's okay. You've got to get closer to it.
Yeah, maybe you're just too quiet.
but I can't hear you.
Oh, well then.
So I can't hear you guys at all.
Is it?
I switched them off because I thought it was messing with the. Well,
did you have headphones before?
She did, yeah.
I Here's Barry. Maybe he can solve it.
Yeah, Barry can fix this.
Roche
What's
is
that?
having technical issues.
Yeah. Roche wants to talk to you about a technology.
Can she not hear?
It seems she can't.
We can
She
see
can
it
have-
perfectly.
She can have headphones on and can hear us, but then her microphone doesn't work. Or she can take her headphones off and then her microphone does work, but
Oh,
she's just But then she'll be at a disadvantage quiz-wise.
I don't necessarily like that sound.
If she takes her headphones off, then the fox eats the grain.
maybe your glasses are interfering with microphone.
The glasses are because my children were concerned that I wouldn't look Christmassy on YouTube. Because I'm wearing headphones, I can't get those on.
None of us are going to be visible on YouTube once the blur kicks in with 6 simultaneous streams.
I'm going to go with that sound effect.
Oh, is that yours? You
Yes.
sound like you left the window open.
Well, I want something that's kind of obvious, but I don't know. I've got a whole long list of things here. App called
Yeah.
Ultimate Buzzer Plus.
Ultimate Buzzer Plus.
How could you plus something that's ultimate? I'm not sure.
John, you're really loud for me.
All right?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll turn it down there. Is that better?
that's better, yeah.
Okay.
I'm hearing a bit of echo from somewhere. It might be because of the loudness of John's voice. But I
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
John says, right? Hello, hello, hello.
can't turn on echo cancellation while recording.
Did that come
Barry?
through okay?
Oh, was that you? Yes, I could hear that.
Did someone say my name?
It's Tim.
It's Tim. Right.
Hi, chaps.
Hello.
Hello.
Need a dinger. A dinger. Damn it.
Can you get any larger headphones, Tim? I'm concerned they're not quite big enough.
Oh, that's his head has
I
shrunk.
thought it was Princess Leia on there.
Oh, I could put these on. This could be slightly overkill this week. How about, hold on.
You know that thing about weak wickets, Lee? when one person criticises another person's appearance and then...
I've no idea what you're talking about.
No,
I can hear you now.
either.
I do like your Christmas jumper, though.
Exactly. Thank you very much. A little bit of antler showing.
Because Stack's Electrostatics wouldn't be over the top at all, would they?
Right. Roche is rebooting.
Oh, is she?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
What can I use to make a noise?
I mean, you can just
hate-
shout Tim. That's very unambiguous.
Okay,
Tim!
I will shout. I'm going to shout, Tim!
Well, if you keep that clipped, I might miss it, but it's all down to the vagaries of the VoIP connection anyway. It's completely arbitrary. Oh, blind.
Okay. I need to get on Discord.
I'm deliberately not having Discord open because I don't want to see answers. So
I don't want to see our listeners.
Yeah,
No,
fair
'cause-
enough.
no. So I've got Discord. So apologies to Discord. I'm being unsociable.
Yeah, my Discord window is behind my Riverside window today, so I can't see it unless I...
Oh, are we going to do it like that, are we? Okay, all right.
There's serious points up for grabs here.
Are we live already?
Yeah, sorry, I should probably have warned you.
Ah,
but I
fucking
didn't.
hell. Oh,
Well done, Barry.
Someone's crackling noises.
I'm using a mouse.
I'm cooking some pork.
It could be just the sheer volume of Lee's glasses.
I'm meant to do double glasses. That's the problem. It's
Glasses on
No,
glasses.
that's really not the problem.
You couldn't get prescription flashing LED Christmas glasses.
I'll let you into a secret. I have an array of flashy things in our house at the moment due to nativities and church concerts and carol concerts and all sorts of stuff. I can't get these on now.
We went to Scarlett's Christmas service this morning.
sorry about that.
It's such a con nowadays. They just play like backing tracks for all the hymns and carols, and they've got kids already on them singing. So it doesn't matter.
Not
Like
up here. You get Mrs. Grant on the piano
Oh wow!
Give it a
Yeah,
pulse.
We
we're going
have
to
no
transfer.
bananas.
with the school choir. She did 3 yesterday. She was at Morrison's last night with the kids as well. They raised £100 actually, rattling the buckets.
Blimey!
People chucking cash at them.
I'm in the
Frankly,
wrong
we
game.
should do that because it would probably earn us more money.
Yeah, I can use Patreon.
Definitely not a seasonal thing.
Do backpacking on a Saturday.
Hang on a second. Why, Paul Riley, why have you said language Timothy? It was Barry who swore.
But Language
And also-
Timothy is a quote from the show Sorry, isn't it?
It is.
Language, Timothy. That is true. That is true. But I think just take it for granted. If you hear a swear word on the PC Pro podcast, it's coming very much
Yep.
from the mouth of Barry Collins.
It's all right. I can bleep it out later.
It's very
What,
kind
the whole
you
of
to-
Barry?
Tempting.
The whole podcast.
One long 1 kilohertz tone for an hour works for me.
Right.
So I'm just showing my broadcast nerdgasm there, aren't I?
I'm not sure I'm happy with the word part
got a
gasm
WhatsApp
getting into
message.
this at all. I'm responsible for Barry's language. I'm not responsible for Barry at all. Barry, did you just thumbs up that?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought you did. Swine.
Right. Roche is I think Roche is wrestling.
What is she rebooting? The Spectrum?
That's very quick.
Well, true, yeah.
Look,
She's loading up the Discord tape.
She is in North Wales, and
Just got 386s out there.
Their broadband isn't fab.
You can take responsibility for me if you like, Dad. Let's see how well I do in the quiz. I'm not feeling confident today, I have to say.
Well,
Where's Roche?
Have we got
Yeah.
jokes?
Oh yeah,
apart,
Mike.
apart from this, is
well,
Mike
I
said
will-
to me he sent loads of jokes to.
yeah,
Barry.
I'll mention those when the time comes.
Okay, sorry, my apologies.
Are you in some like 1980s sound studio, Darren? You got look like you've got
I am,
sound panelled walls.
I'm in the university library, which,
Oh, cool.
believe it or not, has been unexpectedly modern and provides little meeting pods that you can use for.
it's
Very
actually
nice.
a padded cell, but don't
Yes.
tell anybody.
Yeah.
Roche says start without me.
Well, if we start without her, she's never going to catch up. So
I'm on key at 70%.
70. What is she
oh, she's still the
updating?
updates.
Oh,
no.
Christ.
Working on updates. Oh, good grief.
She's working.
No.
on
Do you know
updates.
what? When you get to 70%, it's normally a good sign.
Yeah.
So
Is
you want
it?
to wait for her.
Yeah, it's only about a week to go.
No, the way that the unique way in which Microsoft Update messages work, say, "Oh, you're on 14%," and then suddenly
Yes.
you're at 80%
It's
and you're done.
logarithmic, isn't it?
Yeah,
No, I think it's random.
yeah, I think that's
Having
pretty true.
spent nearly all my working life watching Windows updates every time I was trying to go home.
Do you know what, Lee? I think your Focus really, really hates those LED lights.
Do you think?
I don't know what it's focusing on,
If I
but
take them, it's no better. I am just blurred, constantly blurred.
That's what he looks like.
It's because I'm smeared in Vaseline, dry skin.
I think that's oversharing.
No, that's only if you get near to me. Just rubs off.
it's a very different podcast indeed.
Of course, there's absolutely no reason to think that rebooting Roche's computer will fix her problems. So
No.
Oh, it's your autofocus, Lee. That's what it is. It's
Yeah,
on your webcam.
It's pants.
It's
I need
pants.
I need a new webcam.
If only you worked in a shop that sold webcams.
Or had access to press at nameyourcompany.com.
Oh no, I could, I'd hate to get free stuff.
Where did those glasses come from then?
I would imagine Home Bargains.
Can you get a refund?
Oh no, these will come out year after year. No, I can traumatise you for decades with this. Right, hang
Hopefully
on.
the batteries will fail soon.
Mine or the glasses.
apologies to anyone who tuned in at 1 o'clock expecting a quiz rather than whatever.
Right,
this
Roche
is.
says HMS Panic has set sail.
Does that mean there's no more panic, or the panic is now at large?
Can't work it out. Something anchor. It's not coming.
Yeah, Running Dak asks an important question of you there, Lee. Are the glasses repairable?
Can you change the battery?
You can change the battery. Yeah, absolutely. There's a couple of screw holes.
So
here.
you could remove them.
I can just turn them off. Look at that. You see, but I have multiple sort of flashing modes here. I can really dazzle.
Well, why don't you do that when you want to answer? Change the mode to constant when you want to answer yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's all going to go wrong. I'm going to shove my finger up my nose or something like that when I'm trying to answer in a hurry.
Oh, hopefully.
Frankly, no one needs to see that at all.
Any update from Dr. Nihoma?
I've just sent her a message saying, Godspeed.
She hasn't got that because her phone's rebooting.
I thought it was humour, not Homer.
Oh, here we go.
It's kind of halfway between, with a sort of like flip of the tongue on a th at the start.
A what?
It's like it's not her, but it's
That's
not
definitely a
th
different
either.
podcast.
It's not quite a silent T.
Okay.
Rumour
I've
of
got
tea.
some silent tea.
Have you got some? I've just drunk mine. I'm really annoyed. Go back to the cold mould.
Cold mold.
It's actually cold tea, but
That's no good.
I'm not even allowed that here in the study
Oh
pod.
no, yeah, Darian's
I
not
want
allowed
ac-
drinks.
I want access to Barry's thoughts. He's being very quiet. I'm
Just
slightly
thinking
disturbed.
about all the work I've got to do this afternoon.
No, that's what I wondered, whether that was what was going through your mind. Yes. Well, we normally finish this one up. It lasts less than an hour normally, doesn't it?
Yes.
thank goodness,
and
yes.
We've got the same number of questions as usual, so.
Yeah.
It'd be handy if we had the same question.
Oh, here we go.
Well,
John's going diving.
you say that. Actually, I've been looking back. Many questions have been repeated in the 8 years or so that this quiz has been going, and no one ever notices at the time. You do not remember from one year to the next. If amusingly, what was it? There was one. Was it RSA? Or maybe there was a question about an abbreviation.
Oh yes.
And John buzzed in and gave an answer of something to do with audio engineering. AES, I think it might have been.
Yeah, Audio Engineering Society.
Yes, and I was looking for the answer that pertained to encryption, and neither of us remembered that we asked the same question came up 2 years in a row, and I gave it to you one year and not the other. So,
Pout.
well, you got it. You got 1 point for. And I'm sure you don't remember whether you won that year or not, anyway, which was 2022 for the record.
We need to really start in a minute.
We do. Tim, you're the boss. Tell them the
Hi.
bad news.
Sorry?
We're thinking we might need to leave a child behind, as it were.
Okay. Well, that'd be a shame.
Yes.
What's the latest
Can she join
communication
in?
from her?
Well, she can join in. She just won't win.
Well, okay. Philips Hue bulbs. I rest my case.
Hey, Ian. Jumper. Look. That's a very fine jumper there. You're completely
Oh, she's back.
Hang on.
All right.
Right,
Oh,
here we go.
see her.
Here we go.
There we go. Roche.
Bugger.
You just need to speak now, Roche, so that we know that you can actually... Yep.
Can you
So
guys
close.
hear me?
Oh, there was something there.
Just when you're really close to
You
the
need to get close to
microphone.
it. Can you move your microphone nearer to you, please?
I'm repeating the thing, Honeyball, if it's any closer. It's up to like 97 in the sound, and then it's like 13 in the yellow zone. Cancellation can't be changed while recording.
Oh,
It sounds like she's
Who's gonna tell her?
the bomber.
Shall I just go? Shall I just wish
That's okay.
Listen,
But
no,
can you
because-
can you either move your
Yes,
microphone
anyway.
nearer to you or move your camera around so we can see you?
Yeah. Okay, got it.
Either will do fine.
is Tim trying to outdo me on the Daft Glasses competition?
These are... That's in response, actually, to John and his...
People glass.
his yeah.
Wow.
What, the original?
Yeah.
They did make a second
Tim
version.
didn't buy the professional one.
Right, chaps. Roche, are
Yeah,
you
but-
still there?
Roche has
Yes,
got a
can you hear
readout.
me?
Yeah.
Just,
Have you got
yeah.
a buzzer? Or I guess your crunchy noise will do. Can't hear that.
Can't hear that.
Now, what,
No.
Um,
I'm just going to shout Tim. I
It's a
suggest
hardware
you
failure.
shout Roche. It's all good.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Scream
okay, shall we
crunch.
start?
Let's do it, Zarian.
Hello and welcome to the PC Pro podcast. It is Thursday, the 19th of December 2024, and if you're a long-time listener, you will know that means it's time for our annual festive quiz. I am, of course, Darian Graham-Smith, let loose in the host's chair this one time per annum, and I am joined by not one, not two, not even three, not even four, in fact, but five of our esteemed podcasters
I think there was a shorter way to say that.
going clockwise from the top left of my screen. I would like to welcome Roshni Homer.
Everyone.
The other microphones are working better, don't worry, I promise. Tim Danton.
Hi, Darian.
Barry Collins.
Hello.
John Honeyball.
Oh, no.
And, of course, Lee Grant.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Festive.
Oh, yeah, that as well.
Greeting, yes. So, yes, as I say, this is the quiz, quiz of the year, but also general knowledge quiz. Does everybody have either some sort of identifiable buzzer or the ability to shout their name when they think they know an answer? Okay, don't all jingle at once. Roche, what will you do if you know an answer?
I'm going to raise my hand because my volume is so poor.
That's probably a good idea because I can see you even if the audio is a little bit flaky. Tim, what are you going
I'm
to
going
do?
to try this.
All right.
That's not working at all. I was going to go Tim.
Okay, yeah. Tim is nicely unambiguous. Barry?
Yes.
I will try.
It's Christmas!
Oh,
Okay, John?
That's
All
a
right.
bit naff, isn't it? Really?
Well,
We couldn't hear anything. I couldn't hear anything.
No,
I
I
could
can't
hear
hear
it.
anything.
Why has it gone to car alarm? I just had it on something else. Hold on a second. Let me just try gunshot. No, that's not good. Ultimate
going-
buzzer plus. Okay, let's try buzzer because no one else is buzzing.
yeah, that's
That'll do
nice.
nicely. I shall
Okay.
buzz.
Yes.
And Lee? An actual bell. Gosh, they're old school up in Huddersfield. Right, well, so the format is we've got 12 rounds. Every year I say that and Barry goes, cool, blimey. But we motor through them, so there are only 5 questions apiece. And the first round, as ever, is on this year in technology. So without further ado, I'm going to ask you 5 questions. Buzz in or shout your name or ring your bell or whatever it is you're going to do when you think you know the answer. I'm not looking at Discord, so you guys on Discord can compete amongst yourselves. The latency would probably make it unfair to do it any other way. Well, let's just start with question number 1. In June of this year, which chip designer briefly became the world's most valuable company?
Tim.
I had Barry first.
NVIDIA.
Correct. 1 point. Question 2. In July, a buggy update to a security product called... That was Lee I had first.
Yeah, and I realised I went too early, so I've no idea. I'm going to say CrowdStrike because I think that's where you were going.
That's correct. Yes, well done.
Oh, well, there you go.
Question 3. In August, the world was shocked by the sudden death of a British technology mogul who had been sent... Again, I had Barry first.
Mike Lynch. Sorry, Rush.
Yep.
Good answer.
Question 4. In June, the US government banned the sale of which popular security? John.
Kaspersky.
Correct. And finally, in November, Microsoft revealed its new desktop computer costing just $349. Tim.
It's the Windows 365 Link.
Correct. What a stupid name. I'm impressed you remembered it. And there we go. That's the end of this year in technology round. That was quite quick and painless, wasn't it? Barry is in the lead with 2 points. Tim has 1. John has 1. Lee has 1. Roche, I'm sorry, yet to score. But there are 11 more rounds to get through. So.
Can I change so I just say my name instead of putting my hand up? Because I think it's putting at me a distinct disadvantage. Otherwise,
Let's give it a go.
I would
Let's-
be off the scoreboard.
Of all the disadvantages you're suffering this afternoon, Roche, that is the least of them.
All right, let's move on to
Yes.
round 2. Mergers and acquisitions. Yeah, exciting stuff. In January 2022, Microsoft announced its intention to buy which games publisher? Lee.
Activision.
Correct. Do you know its full name?
Mr. Activision.
No, Barry.
Blizzard.
Do you know its...
Blizzard
that's
Activision.
right. I'm going to give you a half point for knowing the Blizzard bit. Question 2. In 2016, data management specialist EMC was...
Tim.
Tim?
Dell.
Correct.
Do you want to finish the question each time so that
Oh,
people
yeah,
can
good
actually work
idea.
out what the
didn't
insight
know.
was? What we didn't know, yes.
Was acquired by whom?
And the answer was Dell.
Yes. Question 3. Linux developer Red Hat was acquired in 2019 by which tech giant? John?
IBM?
Correct.
That was a complete guess.
Well, it was a good guess. Question 4. Slack was bought by whom in... Barry?
Salesforce.
Yes. I've really screwed up this tallying because you've got an extra half sitting there. I'll just put it on the top. There we go. And finally, this one goes back a little bit. Which two giants of the desktop, PC, and server markets agreed to merge in 2002?
Tim.
Tim?
IBM Lenovo.
No. John?
Compaq and DEC.
No. Barry?
HP and Compaq.
Yes. Correct. And
Did
that's...
Compaq make servers? I don't remember that.
It's a valid question. I'm going to say they probably had something called the Server Station
Yes,
Pro
they did.
2000 and...
Wasn't
Did
there the
they? I just never saw
Compaq
one.
8500 data center server? I had one. 8
You're just making
Xeons
up
rack mount.
words.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just, okay, all right.
Very
that's
serious
fine.
pieces of kit.
Well, there we go. Good. So at the end of round 2, Barry is in the lead with 4.5. Tim is on 2. John is on 2. Lee is on 2. No points as yet for Roche. I'm sorry.
Can we dock Barry?
Oh, yes.
On what
Because
basis?
because he looks so unseasonal. There's nothing at all festive about anything that he's wearing. He's wearing a grey jumper.
Well,
Yeah, he's got tinsel underwear on. You just can't see it.
if it's a tie, we could maybe start to think about fashion, but it's not
Yes.
currently looking. He's got more than twice as many points as anybody else already. So
Right, I didn't realise I was turning up to the Vogue annual podcast. I must have been mistaken.
Yeah,
Indeed.
just look around you, Barry.
All right, former names. This has been a round that's come up many, many times in previous podcast quizzes, and indeed, many of the same questions have come up over and over again. Let's see if you remember them. Question 1. Which company used to be called Intel Security?
Tim,
Tim?
it's a guess. McAfee?
Correct. It's a little bit of a tricky question because they were called McAfee, then they were called Intel Security, now they're called McAfee again. Question 2. Which tech company used to be called Quantum Computer Services?
Tim?
Tim?
Quantinuum?
No, sorry. This one's not very guessable. You either know it or you don't. And it seems you don't. Quantum Computer Services rebranded itself as the rather more catchy America Online in the 90s.
Right, God, okay.
Yeah. Question 3. What company used to be called Facebook? Do you know what? I did hear Barry first, but I'm going to give it to Roche on the assumption that she was afflicted by latency. What's your answer, Roche?
That's the problem. I'm lagging.
Yeah. So, what's your answer? I didn't catch it.
Actually,
Meta is correct.
I think
yes.
lip reading alone tells us that it was Meta.
I think Roche may have to write her answers down and hold them up to the webcam. Maybe the only way forward.
Love Actually style. Question 4. Which company used to be called Research in Motion?
BlackBerry.
Oh, bugger.
Oh, sorry.
Well, I heard Lee.
Yeah, no, ignore me.
You didn't intend to do that. John then, I think, blurted out the right answer rather than buzzing, but I will give him the point because I'm just feeling Christmassy. And finally, question 5. We've definitely had this one before. Which tech company used to be called Jerry's Guide to the World Wide Web? Barry.
Is it Yahoo?
It was Yahoo. Yes.
Well, good one, Barry.
Well, there we go.
Not bad for a very unfestive person.
I thought you were going to say for a youngster. Because,
I have some festivity here.
It's,
You're not getting a point for that, John.
Oh, all right.
it's nothing remotely festive here, but I'm
Also,
asking questions, so I can. Yes.
Bear in mind that the vast majority of people listen to this rather than watch the video feed. Maybe you should
true.
explain what you do.
Oh, I'm
have.
sorry. I should. Yeah, you're quite right. Yes. This is actually a Lego Christmas tree.
Is
It's
it a
quite
USB
stylish.
one? Because I've seen USB Christmas trees around lately. Or is it-
USB?
Yeah. You plug it into USB and it twinkles.
No.
Okay, fair enough. Moving on to round 4. Abbreviations, an old favourite, and there's some real, some real popular ones in this year's selection. Number 1, SNMP. John,
Simple Network Management Protocol.
correct. 2,
Sorry, go on. I just feel sorry for Roche because I can see her making all this a lot of movement, and I feel like Roche is really getting in there before John. But,
did you know that one, Roche, before John? Or
did.
at all?
I did, but it's okay because I'm going to catch up. What? Trying to play for here today on the PC Pro.
That's very
Christmas
true.
quiz.
Yes, there's like, there must be like 30 points.
Do you want
left
to
on the
give her
table.
half
Yeah.
a mark and take half a mark off me?
Why
No.
not? Very
I
Christmassy.
think we should.
Right,
It's
so.
in the interests of crisply listeners.
Yes, in the interest of that. Okay, number 2, CAM, spelt.
Sorry?
CAM. Lee?
Compression attached memory module.
Perfect, yes. Number 3, UUID.
Universal. Sorry. John,
John?
Universal Unique ID.
Yep, I'll accept that. Or Universal Unique Identifier. A lovely, lovely Wi-Fi one. Number 4, OFDMA. Lee?
Orthogonal frequency division multiple
Multiplex.
access.
Lee is correct. I love that one because it's just like a salad of words. There's no attempt at grammar in there. And finally, number 5, Ajax. As found on websites of the 2000s.
That's a toilet cleaner, isn't it?
Maybe.
Tim,
Yes.
a jumble of associated xenophobes.
Do you know that's not exactly what I've got down here? I don't think it's close enough, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Some-
No
some
one-
Fair enough. You're a bit of a
Java, isn't it?
harsh taskmaster, I have to say. Okay.
I'm sorry, but I've got to be strict on this. It's
Java
asynchronous.
executable. Sorry.
No, it's asynchronous JavaScript and XML.
And that's what they got correct by David on live chat. And of course, if that's the David I think it is, he should certainly know what the definition.
Which David do you think it is?
David Allardyce, maybe? No.
No, David Artis.
David Artis, sorry.
Well,
Still.
well done, David, whichever David you may be. So,
It's definitely David Artis.
after 4 rounds, we are a third of the way through the quiz, and Barry is still in the lead on 5.5, but John is catching up on 4.5. Lee on 4, Tim on 3, Roche on 1.5. So 40 points left on the table. Let's see where this ends up. Round 5.
It's very exciting, I think,
It
for
is.
anybody watching or listening.
Is that a reminder that it's exciting?
Yes.
You will enjoy this.
Just sparkling repartee of the question master aside, it's yes, it's quite it's a thing. Round 5, chatbots and AI. Question 1, originally launched in 2017, what was the name of Samsung's now retired voice assistant? Lee?
Tim,
Bixby.
It was Bixby. Good old Bixby. How missed. Question 2, what is the name of Anthropic's AI chat service? Tim.
Claude.
Correct. Question 3. What was the original name? This could have gone in the old names section. What was the original name of Google's Gemini? Lee.
Bard.
Correct. God, this is a fast-scoring round. Question 4.
Just try and get it over with.
Yeah. What is the name of the company? This one is a little bit tricky, so you know. What is the name of the company that publishes the Grok AI engine? Barry.
X.
No.
Bzz.
John.
XAI.
Correct.
Oh.
And
Not
finally,
Elon Musk's kid's name as well.
I wouldn't be surprised. And finally, which, you might need a couple of guesses at this, we'll see. Which was the first iPhone to contain Siri?
Ooh, Tim.
Yes, Tim?
I feel that it was possibly, I'm not padding for time
Stalling.
here. I think it was something like the iPhone 7.
I'm sorry, I can't accept that. John?
iPhone 6.
Nope. Lee.
X.
No. Barry.
Probably can't
4.
play left.
Yeah, I will accept 4. It was actually the 4S, but I think that's a bit.
Really? Is it that
Yep.
long ago?
Surprisingly, it is. It wasn't as great then as the wonderful thing it is now. But yes, it was all that. What was that? Must have been 2013, something like that. No, earlier.
Well, it was an acquisition, wasn't it?
It was, yes. So,
If it was
there you go.
it was launched in 2007, wasn't it? So that'd be 2011.
Well, they
I'm
kind
not
of
getting my years
shilly-shallied
mixed
a
up.
bit with the 3G and the 3GS, and then the 4 and the 4S, and there was never a 2. So it's anyway. It was around that time. It was a long time ago, and it doesn't matter much except for quizzes. At the end of round 5, Barry has regained his lead with 6.5. John is close behind with 5.5. Tim's on 4. Lee's on 6. My apologies. Lee is in second place. And Roche is still on 1.5. May have got many answers correct. I'm sorry if I overlooked you. I will
Also,
try. Yes.
Roche is by far the most cheerful person
Yes.
on the podcast, and so definitely deserves some, extra double points for that alone.
That's true.
And again, Barry, get them half Barry, because just not smiling enough.
Not smiling.
That's got to be.
Still
It's
think-
got to be part of this.
I still think that if the questions go my way, I'm in with the chance,
Yeah, yeah.
because
Yeah. You absolutely
it's not
could.
like being the underdog. Come
Yeah,
on.
I mean, looking at the rounds that we have left, I maybe wouldn't put a lot of money on yours coming from behind to steal this, but it's absolutely possible. Here we go with round 6, which is This Year in Technology Part 2. So all things that happened in 2024. Question 1. In October, which company became the first to deploy a commercial satellite-based SMS service?
Tim,
John.
Well, you could say it was Starlink, but it was. They had a host of telcos like T-Mobile.
Well, I will accept, because you said Starlink, which I was looking for. It is true they didn't actually, they partnered with telcos to provide the SMS, but yeah. Anyway, question 2. Thanks to an EU ruling, Apple was required in April. Lee.
USB-C.
No.
Ooh.
John.
Open up to alternative app stores.
That's right, yes. Required to allow what? Third-party app stores. Yes, 1 point for John. In February, which company announced that for the first time in its 55-year history, it would start manufacturing chips for rival companies?
Tim,
Barry.
Intel.
Yes, correct. And that's obviously worked out very nicely for them. In question 4, in August, which company debuted its Horizon OS, its new software platform designed for VR experiences? John?
Huawei.
No, I'm sorry.
could you repeat the question, please, Question Master?
I will once Barry's had a shot.
Meta.
That's correct.
Ah,
Meta's
yeah.
Horizon OS runs on the, what's it called? Meta Quest. something or other.
Quests.
And the last question of this round. In May, Microsoft officially announced a new Windows feature, and then a few weeks later it had to back...
Tim,
Lee.
Recall.
That's right, Windows Recall. And that's all there is for that round on This Year in Technology Part 2. And Barry's still hanging on to his lead on 8.5. John is very close behind with 7.5. Lee is on 7. Tim's on 4. Roche is just girding herself for a final run. Still on 1.5, but everything, as they say, to play for. Let's move on to round 7.
And I should point out, Mike the Cyclist is saying that the listeners are winning, but there are quite a few of them.
Yes, that's true, yes.
So we should divide it by at least 7 or something, just
Maybe I should join the listeners team, and then I can bring my 1.5 points.
Why not?
Right?
Also, it must be said, I mean, our listeners are quite a geeky crowd, so it's not really fair. Round 7 is on classic computers. We've definitely had some of these before. Let's see if we remember them. Question 1. Manufactured in Swansea,
Tim,
this machine... Lee,
Dragon.
I need
Dragon
more.
32.
Correct.
Thank you. Sorry.
Question... John did ask for me to read the rest of the questions sometimes, so just to conclude, launched in 1982 with 32k of RAM. Its manufacturer went bust 2 years later. Question 2. The first home computer to feature it's a bit contentious, really, this claim, but I'm going to roll with it. The first home computer to feature a color graphical user interface and powered by a 16-bit CPU. Lee.
Atari ST?
That's right, yes. With 512k of RAM, seemed like the future until the Commodore Amiga arrived 2 months later. Yeah, there's probably some debate we could have over what constitutes a color graphical user interface, but let's not. Question 3. Now, according to I was reading around this. The Guardian says that this computer is, quote, unfairly considered an also-ran of the 1980s. It was acclaimed on its arrival in 1984 thanks to its impressive specs, which I'm not so sure about, and its integrated design, which included the keyboard and the tape deck. John.
Amstrad PCW.
No, Barry.
Tim.
I was going to say an Amstrad, but it's not the PCW, is it? It's the...
Tim.
Go on.
Tim.
Well, if it is the Amstrad, it'll be the CPC, won't it? Is that what we're going for?
What? Yes, but I need some numbers.
CPC
6128.
CPC 64. Was it?
He's looking at... what's
Well,
name?
I'm going to give you half a point for that. It was the CPC 464, and then they did the 64K version, which was the 664, and then the 6128.
That's a hard question. That is a hard question.
It shouldn't be hard for anybody of our age.
Or someone that's written a book on
Nobody had an Amstrad.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Guardian was talking about its impressive specs, but they weren't impressive. They were like the
weren't
cheapest
at all.
Yeah,
processors that
awful.
Amstrad could possibly get. But there we go. This is question 4. Designed by Microsoft Japan and others, I think. This wasn't a single machine, but a hardware standard supported by a range of manufacturers, including Sony and Toshiba.
Yeah, the readers definitely get this one. They've got it. Our
You
listeners
shouldn't be
will.
watching Discord, Tim.
No, I can just see it in the side of my. I'll cover it up. I'm not going to keep.
See it in the side of his eye from that Google Glass thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's
true.
That's
yes.
what's actually feeding me the
Google Glass
answer.
in a quiz.
If I was cheating, Cole, I would have said it. No, I'm just
If
saying.
he was cheating, it would be winning.
Yeah, that's true.
No one-
Very good point,
Nobody
John.
say it.
I'm going to have a stupid guess.
Go on, then.
The only thing I can think that Microsoft ever did at that time was the MPC, that sort of multimedia platform thing, but I don't think that's it.
No, afraid not. Nope, the answer was MSX. You remember that? No,
No.
fine. Okay.
And a
Very
BMX.
vaguely.
You'll probably remember this one. Question 5. With its rubber keys... Lee?
Spectrum 48K.
That's right. Well, it was actually just called the ZX Spectrum on its... actually, it was called the ZX Spectrum. It was available in 16 and 48K variants, I seem to recall. Anyway, it was deemed to be pivotal in the development of the British games industry. And that is the end of round 7. So where are we now? Oh, Barry still nosing ahead on 8.5. John on 7 and... Oh, wait, what? No.
What?
I've got Lee here on 10. Is that right?
That makes sense.
Gosh.
I'll tell you when I've done the edit. I'll be 140 by now.
I do apologise. Lee has overtaken Barry. Lee's got 10. Barry's got 8.5. John's got 7.5. Tim's got 4.5. Roche has 1.5. The halves are spreading.
I feel my half was a bit harsh, but it's fair enough. You're in control, Darian.
I am, yes. I get to do this once a year and I savour it. Round 8. People. Remember them? Question 1. Creator of the C programming language and, with longtime colleague Ken Thompson. John.
Well, it's Carnegie and Ritchie, isn't it?
Well, which one? And with longtime colleague Ken Thompson, creator of the Unix operating system.
Ritchie.
Yes, correct. Had a feeling you might be the one to get that one.
Is that Lionel or?
Yes, Dennis
Lionel Ritchie, yes. Hello. That's your first app, isn't it?
Hi. Yes, it's true. Hello, world. Is it me you're looking for? Question 2. Co-founder and former CEO of Twitter, then founder of Blue Sky.
Roxy.
Roche. Roche?
See?
Did you say?
Jack Dorsey.
Yeah. I think I heard correctly. Jack Dorsey.
Now the questions are going my way, guys.
They are, yes. The tide is turning. Question 3. This one's come up on at least 2 previous occasions. There's no excuse for you're not buzzing in immediately. A pioneering computer programmer who envisioned how Charles Babbage's analytical engine... Tim?
Ooh. Well, do we mean Ada Lovelace?
We do mean Ada Lovelace. Well, that's technically answering a question with a question, but I'll accept it.
Yeah.
Question 4. A long-time senior executive of Google who went on to become CEO of Yahoo from 2012 to 2017. Barry.
Marissa Mayer.
Correct. And finally, founder, president, and current CEO of the world's largest semiconductor company.
Tim? Jensen Huang.
Jensen Huang, yes, indeed.
Jensen Huang, sorry.
Okay, and those are all the people.
We're calling them
who
a semiconductor company now, are we?
Well, they're not a full conductor company, are they? That's all the people we need to know about in the world of technology. Lee is static on 10, allowing Barry to creep up with 9.5. John is still on 8.5. Tim is now on 6.5. Roche is on 2.5. I'm sorry? No.
7.
No,
Sorry,
no,
what?
I have it written down here very clearly. If it comes down to half points, then you can plead your case. And next round is this is a PC Pro quiz classic round. Connectors. What connector am I describing? Question 1. Introduced in the early 1990s, this 8-pin connector incorporates a plastic clip that helps ensure a computer won't be accidentally unplugged from the network. John.
Oh, no, it won't be Ethernet, will it? No.
Well, what's your answer?
Yes, Ethernet.
Ethernet is correct, yes. If you had said it won't be RJ45, we could have had a debate, because technically, Ethernet is not RJ45.
Yeah, you know what I meant.
Exactly.
Yes, but you didn't even say that, so why am I bothering? Question 2. Previously known, this is a great question, you're going to love this. Previously known as NGFF, this expansion card connector was introduced in 2013 to replace mSATA with a more versatile bus supporting SATA, PCIe, and USB. John?
M2?
Correct. Very good. John makes it into double figures. Question
I've run
3.
out of fingers now. I can't count anymore.
Don't worry. I'm scribbling down here some random numbers which will eventually correlate to nothing. Question 3. A proprietary connector defined in 2006 by Visa to securely carry video and audio, providing backward compatibility. Tim?
HDMI?
No. John?
I was going to say HDMI.
Well, you shouldn't have. Barry?
Yeah, so was I.
Providing backward compatibility with DVI and HDMI. John?
Both twice.
I decided that he could.
DisplayPort.
Correct.
Damn it.
Very good.
I don't know, it's proprietary. There you go.
Well, and it's proprietary in the sense that it's not free and open, but it's licensed so freely and cheaply that it's not really an issue. A lot of these things, like video codecs, are technically not free, but everybody uses them as if they were. Question 4. Introduced in 2012, this reversible 8-pin connector replaced the 30-pin connector. John?
Lightning.
Correct.
Well done.
Oh, holding on. What are you doing?
No, I said well done.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said hold on.
He was being supportive, and it is unusual
I
in
was-
this particular podcast. It
Caught
is
me
true.
off guard.
Yeah.
And finally, originally introduced in 1960, this 25-pin interface supports data transfer. Lee?
Parallel?
Nope. John?
Tim?
Centronics.
Tim?
No, that is parallel, isn't it? Tim?
Oh, no, I'm slightly regretting this. Is it, how many pins did you say?
25.
Yeah.
As if that's...
Parallel ports.
No, you're all saying the same thing.
Oh, did I? Okay, sorry.
Let me
I'm just
finish.
thinking about the number of ports, and because parallel port, that is roughly right. Is it SCSI then?
Shut him up and freeze him out, for Christ's sake. There's a quiz to be getting on with
Let
here.
me finish the question. It supports data transfer speeds up to 20 kilobits and was defined by the US Electronic Industries Alliance as one of... Lee?
IDE?
No!
Not
As-
back in 1960.
20 kilobits a second. I'll use that for my hard disk. It was defined by the US Electronic Industries Alliance as one of several hundred recommended standards. several hundred recommended standards. Recommended standards. God,
Oh, okay.
John,
RS232.
correct.
Well done. Well done.
Hooray.
If nothing else, you put us out of our misery, John.
Well, it's tough to do that, mate. You know.
We can't have already forgotten about the beloved RS232 interface.
Yeah.
Well, John hasn't, and so he reaps his reward by extending his. Did he have a lead before? He certainly has
No.
now. Well, he
Oh.
does. He's now on 13 and a half.
Good God.
Lee remains on 10, Barry remains on 9.5, Tim on 6.5, and Roche on 2.5. There are 15 questions left, so it is still anybody's game.
Roche is in there with an attempt.
Yes, indeed. And the next round, who knows?
Things just aren't going my way.
Well, the next round could swing to you because
Okay,
it's a
I'm
different.
still in the game.
I
Yeah.
have no, as far as I'm aware, there's no particular reason why you should know any of these questions, but it might help. This is gaming round, and specifically gaming heroes or gaming main characters. In which game do you play the character Faith Connors?
It's Christmas!
Barry.
Tim,
The Last of Us?
No, Tim.
No.
Daley Thompson to Decathlon.
No, I believe you played Daley Thompson in that one. Maybe this one's a little bit old school for you guys. This was Mirror's Edge. Question 2. John Marston.
He's a brewer, isn't he?
That's Marston's Brewing Challenge.
Oh, that was it, yes.
Commodore 64.
Tim,
Tim?
I don't really know. Half-Life.
Nope. Lee?
Doom.
Nope. Isn't he called Doom Guy?
I don't know. I have no other idea. I'm just throwing anything.
All right, well, this is turning out to be a brilliantly pitched round. The answer is Red Dead Redemption.
I'd say that again.
Red Dead Redemption.
No, the name.
John Marston.
Is it? I'm going to
Yeah.
check that.
Not Red Dead Redemption 2.
That was Dave Marston.
Okay.
Well, that makes all the difference, clearly.
This quiz is supposed to span across the whole personal computing era. Question 3. Of which game is the hero Master Chief?
Oh,
Lee?
Half-Life.
No.
Oh, shoot.
Barry?
Halo.
Yes.
That was the
Someone
other
gets a
one I
point. Hooray. Question 4. Samus Aran.
Tim,
Tim?
Prince of Persia.
No. Samus Aran. No.
Tim,
Tim.
is it Daley Thompson's Decathlon?
I'm going to start docking you points. You know? Wasting everybody's time. We've got important questions to be getting through here. Samus is the protagonist of the Metroid series of games. And finally, this one you guys might know, at least, well, you'll see why. Nathan Drake.
Tim,
Tim.
is that Half-Life?
No! This was in
Is it Daley Thompson's Decathlon?
It's the one that's Sully in it.
is it Chucky Egg?
Oh, quiet, Lord. Sorry. Roche, were you saying something sensible there?
Yeah, it's the one with Sully in it, isn't it? It's like a
I think it
certain
might
one.
be.
Yeah, it is. And brother.
And I thought you guys might know this because they made a film of it. It was quite famous. Had
Yeah,
some
I
big
think it
stars
was
in
terrible. No, the guy from
Yeah.
Spider-Man was in it.
Yes,
Yeah.
the guy from Spider-Man.
You know, I'm really
Did
bad
indeed
at
play.
names.
Oh, yeah. The game was called Uncharted.
Oh, yeah.
Only one of the biggest selling franchises of all time. Don't worry about it.
Another game, yeah. Oh.
All right. Well, the scores didn't really change much that round, so I won't bore you all by reading them out again. Let's move on instead to round 11. So this will benefit anybody. Well, anybody who reads the magazine will have will have the advantage here.
Fat chance.
Because I'm going to be describing, I'm going to be reading out some quotes from some of our reviews, and I would like you to know what product we described in these terms. Question number 1. In February, genuinely useful AI, 7 years of updates, and unparalleled hardware make this our top.
Tim,
Barry,
The Pixel 9?
afraid not. Lee,
Pixel 8.
no. Tim,
Yeah, I was gonna go for. In which case, it must be the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra.
It is the Ultra. Yes, I'm okay. Fine.
I was just
fine.
speaking slowly. There's just a lag on this.
Tim walks into the bar and the barman says, "Why the big pause?" I know. All right. In June, we judged with ridiculous levels of power stuffed into a 5.1 millimeter thin frame. This is a triumph. Lee.
Is it the iPad M4?
It is
the iPad Pro.
M4, but yeah. We said this is a triumph of design, but do you need it? A very pertinent question. In August, we wrote the poster child for Copilot Plus PCs matches stylish looks with fast speeds, and staggering battery life. What was it?
Tim.
Lee.
It was Surface 7.
I'm going to give you that Surface Laptop 7, but the naming system of Surface things is so ridiculous that I think you can be allowed that. In October, we wrote third time's a charm for this fitness and health band, particularly the new, larger 45mm model. Lee.
It was the Apple Watch, wasn't it? Was it the rugged, whatever the rugged Apple Watch is?
I'm afraid it was not.
Oh, was
Tim?
it not?
Tim?
Was it the OnePlus Watch 3?
No, it wasn't.
Who made that up?
Sorry, Roche?
Armor?
I didn't. You could be saying anything, I'm afraid.
It sounds right to me.
Yeah, I think that's
Garmin.
right.
I think it sounds right.
I heard Pixel Watch 3, which is the correct answer.
Well done, Roche.
Yeah.
Actually, you should get double points for that.
Yes.
Yes. No. Okay. Fine. There we go. 2 points. They're going to get so right. And finally, in January 2025, we will write a 21st century equivalent to the home computers of the 1980s, a viable desktop.
It's was it me? Raspberry Pi 500.
Correct. A viable desktop computer for those that don't need an RTX 4090 or a power-hungry CPU. And those of you listening can look forward to reading that in print in some number of weeks.
It actually gets covered in about 3 different places, the Pi 500.
It's a big deal. Yes, I think John's writing about it as well, isn't he, at some point?
John wrote
Yeah,
about
mine's
it.
just arrived, and with the screen and bits.
Oh, has it? Oh, what? You mean it's broke? What do you mean? Oh, you bought the display as well for 90
Yes.
quid, whatever,
Yes.
and it's broken.
No, it's just arrived.
Other
Okay.
bits came with it.
Are you
Tim,
saying
is
you
what
have to
he's
assemble
saying.
it?
Well, you have to put the stand on the screen.
Okay.
Don't stand on the screen.
It comes in 2 boxes and a power supply box.
Well, no, but the stand is a separate buy. You buy
Yes.
the screen is one thing, then it comes
Yes.
with the stand.
Which I did.
Okay, never mind.
Happy
Let's
Christmas,
move,
everybody.
Let's move along. Move
Yeah,
along, everyone.
we've got one round left. So before we get onto it, I will just
that's the joke
reveal
round.
that John has stormed into and kept his lead. He's on 13.5, but Lee is on 12. Barry's on 10.5. They could take it from him. Tim is on 8.5. He could force a tie if he gets every one of these right. Roche on 4.5. I'm afraid you've left it a little bit too late, I think. So
But Roche would get 3 points per correct answer for this round, wouldn't she?
well, yes, that's always been the rule.
Being by design. Yeah.
Yes. Unfortunately. So Michael Deere, by long-standing tradition, no one, as far as I know, ever asked him to do this. Our reader and listener, Michael Deere, just started sending in Christmas crackers-style jokes for inclusion in the quiz of the year. This year, I swear he must have used AI because most of them made no sense whatsoever. Like, they just did not work. So I don't know what was going on there. But
He told me he sent you 100 jokes.
Probably his AI told him that it had generated 100 jokes, but really it generated about 25, of which about 5 actually work as jokes, and the rest kind of have the shape of jokes, but no.
Sounds like AI then. Yeah.
Well, exactly. Yes. No functioning joke content. But here are what I think were the best of what I went through. I read this email in full, so you guys don't have to. Question
Can I just
one.
say thank you to Michael?
Oh,
for sending
absolutely.
these in.
Thank you.
Carry on.
Yes, thanks, Michael.
Tim's always looking at the bottom line.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't lose another one. We've been down to 4.
There'll be no podcast next year.
What a threat. Question 1. What do you get if you cross a snowman with a dog? I should have mentioned these aren't technology questions. They never are. They're just Christmas cracker ones. Snowman with a dog.
Slush puppy.
A slush puppy. I
That's
think
really
that
good.
might be. I'm going to give you a point for that. I think that might be
That's
better. than
definitely
the
worth
actual
4
answer.
points.
That's
The,
good.
the actual answer
Because
remains
it's
on
funny.
the table. Yes.
Is what?
Is
Sorry?
what?
So the actual answer remains on the table if anyone wants to
I
guess
see.
the answer that Michael
You
said.
shouldn't have a dog on a table.
Snowman.
I always wonder about this particular question round because there's so much silence.
Yes.
And they say don't leave a pause, on, in radio, and we are very much doing that.
Was that a
Dog
joke,
with
Tim?
pause, yeah.
Oh yeah, pause. It could be. I give up.
All right. The answer. Okay, Lee.
Alid bones.
Yeah, I love it. Fine. Yes, it's a good rule. Why don't we just give a point for every answer which is funny or clever
Moderately
or
funny,
good?
yes.
The answer provided by Michael Deere was frostbite, because a dog might bite you.
Okay.
Yes. Question 2. What's Santa's favourite type of music? Yep, more of that lovely dead air. Okay, all right.
Roche, I think, was making a noise.
Did you have one?
This one.
Sorry? I heard smizmites.
Hello.
Rap. She's saying rap.
Oh, is she? Because that's the correct answer. Well done. Excellent. Good.
Oh, she's coming
Rap,
up around now.
rap music. Okay.
Yeah.
Question 3. This one's actually quite good, I think. This is all right. I wouldn't object to this arrived in a cracker. How does Santa keep track of all the different fireplaces he visits?
Has Barry made a noise?
No.
No,
I think it was just deflating. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I was just singing a song to keep the interest levels up. No, the answer is he uses a logbook. So that's not bad. Well, if you don't like that, then, well, I don't know what to tell you. Question 4. What's every parent's favourite Christmas carol?
Silent Night.
Correct. You didn't say your name, but I worked out it was you. 1 point for Tim. And finally, what kind of motorbike does Santa ride? So, did you say an anaconda? Could anybody hear that?
No.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
not even sure someone sitting in Roche's room could hear that.
I'll give you a point anyway. Barry, what was your answer?
A Yamaha ho ho.
That's pretty good. I'll give you a point for that.
Hey.
I think the actual answer might be better though. The one that Michael provided was
Motorbike.
A. You ready, Lee?
I don't think I am.
We've only got 10 minutes left of the podcast. So the answer was a Holly Davidson.
Oh,
I was trying to work out the Harley Davidson one, but yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah, it's not bad. We'll accept that.
Okay.
So
I think that's weak
Yeah,
as a joke.
was better.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the quiz, for it is the end of the quiz, I'm happy to say we've made it, all of us together, somehow. The final scores are as follows. Owing to some creative scoring that was supported and endorsed by all the participants, I believe, it turns out that Tim is in last place with a score of 9.5. Because Roche's wonderful contributions to the last round have elevated her to 11.5,
hey!
Hey.
putting her equal with Barry, who stormed ahead in the first few rounds and then seemed to run out of steam a little bit.
Story of my life.
Yes, or my school reports said something similar. Lee did very well with 13 points, but couldn't quite catch John, who with 13.5 points is this year's quiz winner. Congratulations to him, but also to everyone, and everyone listening on Discord, and those of us, those of you listening to the podcast afterwards. Well done for getting this far. Thank you.
Okay, and I think we should say that the Discord listeners have declared themselves the winners.
I'm sure they've done. Yes, I'm sure they've done better than 13.5 points between them. But,
Ian Clark wants to know: do we get a quiz in brief?
What does that? Oh, I see, like a quib. No, I haven't. Well, actually,
I've got a quiz.
yes, John does have something to share.
Yes, I do. Well, a few years ago we did this, and it kind of worked out crazy, stupid. But there we go. That's the Christmas podcast. So we thought it would be quite nice to have a little micro quizette of one question for the lovely people on Discord who come along every week and support us live and heckle and all of those things. So this is a instant snap quiz now for those people who are listening live. If you're listening to the podcast or any kind of delayed version of this, I'm afraid to say it's happened and it's done and you were too late. So maybe you should come along if you possibly can on Thursdays at 1 o'clock UK time to join in the mayhem. So this is a little thank you thing from me and Tim and all the rest of the team and the mad people who do this week in, week out. So what have we got? I'm going to wave it in front of the camera here. It is from Andre and me, our Christmas chutney selection. I'm going to just post the little URL there. It's from our company called Janda Food, which is John and Andre, so J and A food.com. And it's got in it our fantastic piccalilli, our smoky onion relish, and Boxing Day chutney.
Is this just a product placement going on here?
Absolutely,
Exactly. Where do we draw the line between giving away a prize?
I'm giving away
and
three
just
things
free
here and
advertising?
paying for them myself. So we have 3 of these to give away, and it will be the first 3 correct answers on the channel. Okay, so it's very simple. Only other rule is you have to be in the UK because shipping internationally is just a real ball ache these days. So here is the question: first 3 right answers, and then you can email me when Tim announces the winners because he's the nominated grown-up. So, in 1981, 27th of July, Bill Gates bought QDOS from Seattle Computer Products, SCP, and renamed it on the same day to MS-DOS. Who allegedly wrote QDOS at SCP? That's the question. Who wrote QDOS at SCP? And I need the full name.
Please that you don't write the quiz
Full
questions.
name. No one's there yet.
Get queue up.
I think one person's halfway there, aren't they?
One's half there. No, it wasn't Gary Kildell. No, it wasn't Steve Wozniak. It wasn't Stephen Jobs. It wasn't James London. It wasn't you. Oh, come on, you lot. You should remember this from your computer days.
It is actually in the book.
Someone else is nearly there. Oh, right, Tim, 1, 2, 3. Right, we have 3 correct, complete answers, which is, please correct me if I'm wrong, Tim, I think that's Dr. Bean, Lady Bird, and Retney. Retney?
Yes, that's correct.
The quickest Googlers on Discord. Well done.
Yep, you got there first, according to at least the list that scrolled past here and adjudicated by his Timness. So if you can email me or email Tim as editor at PC Pro Co UK with your name and address, we will try to get it out. I'm not guaranteeing it will be with you before Christmas, but it will be shipping.
If you want to avoid me as a bottleneck, I suggest going john@johnhoneyball.com.
Yeah, that will do as well. And so there you go. Well done, you 3, and I hope you enjoy them. End of blatant advert.
End of blatant advert. No, but it's nice to see. I think I'm not familiar with the names Dr. Bean or Retney. So new listeners, hopefully. So anyway, I think just to end up, shall we just say a big thank you to everyone who does listen to the podcast? We really do appreciate it. Without you, well, there'd be absolutely no point in doing this. It would just be 6 sad people.
Would make us much money to do now.
Yeah, exactly. I've actually completely failed to get any money out of Future so far at all for this year for the podcast, but never mind. That's my own little personal problem. But anyway, thank you very much to everyone who does listen. We do appreciate it, and also thank you to the podcasters who do such a fine job. And I think we should say a special thank you to Darian for his amazing editing job. He does pretty much every week, although that will probably be edited out by Lee this week.
Lee's doing it this week, so good luck.
So yeah, that's it. We'll see you. So the next podcast, unless I'm mistaken, is actually going to not be a live one. it's going to be from CES, and that'll be me, John, and Barry. Unless, yeah, because the next Thursday, I should have looked this up before.
Next Thursday's Boxing Day, so
Yeah, but the one after that.
There's Thursday the 2nd of this January. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing a podcast that day, but if we don't, then we'll definitely have one out for you by at some point on Thursday the 9th of January. It may actually become live on the 10th, but anyway, something to look forward to in the new year.
At some point in January, something will come out.
From somewhere in the world. Yes.
It's much like the magazine. That's exactly how the magazine runs as well. All right, thanks everyone. Have a great Christmas and New Year break.
Happy Christmas.
Thanks a
Bye.
lot.
Happy Christmas.
Bye.
Bye.
That was the clearest thing you've said all show, Roche. Came through crystal clear.
that happened before. The only thing I could hear her say was goodbye. Right. So when I hit hang up, then we'll say goodbye to all of our. Well, we'll say goodbye to everyone and all our friends on Discord, and then I'm going to hand over to Lee from that point onwards. And I'm going to decide whether to spend the afternoon convalescing in my sick bed or getting a train to London, one or the other. So.
But you're in the library.
I am in the library. I don't have a bed here, but I mean, I should probably not be going to Christmas events, but I ought to.
Which Christmas event are you going to?
Oh, it's just a social one, but it's all my friends whom I've left behind in London now. I've moved to Cambridge, so I feel like I ought to make an effort to show.
Are you saying that you are now better than them because you've moved to Cambridge?
Well, I don't need to say it, do I?
My God.
Anyway, everyone, this is still live, so everyone on Discord is on YouTube is hearing this. So maybe we
Very
should
much
draw a line
enjoying
under it
this.
there.
This yeah.
Enduring.
Farewell,
Enduring,
everybody. Bye for now.
Bye.
And have good ones if I don't see you before.
Bye. Happy Christmas.
You too.